All right, I think we're back. Let me know if the stream buffers. It says unstable, but I'm not getting any buffering or dropped frames of any kind. So I think that's just Twitch messing around. But yeah, let me know if it doesn't look good. So we're up for our second playthrough of the evening. Uh, this is Escondite. I assume that's not how it's pronounced. It's probably Escondite or something. Um, so this is from JCollick. Um, and yeah, this is the last course in Group B, which has turned into a pretty formidable group. You got Matt F's Mongawai Beach. Matt really pushing himself with that one. We've got Sindre's Lake Constantine, and then Tuzaza from Granger. Very interesting group. Uh, this, in terms of the judging form, says course playing well in all wins. Tend to play test a lot on high wins, so I just went with default. Whatever it gives me, it gives me. If it gives me very high, I'll back out. But manipulated tees, whites and blues give some cool angles into the par threes. Besides that, feel free to rip me apart in the judging notes. Here to learn. I think you're beyond that point where you're gonna get ripped apart there, Mr. Collick. Um, you've proven your mettle. I think up to this point. So yeah, we're gonna play Black Tees Pin 4 here. Interesting thing about this is it looks like he's going for certainly a sort of a Mackenzie, California vibe, certainly Pasatiempo. And I myself have designed a course in this style, Santa Ynez Valley Club, which I think is a course that a design I'm pretty proud of in that style. So I'm very curious to see how this one looks. The pictures look great, albeit a little dark. But let's see what we get. I felt Old Onion felt a little dark when I played that one. Otherwise, it was a really good course. Yeah, and especially was being someone who relies on the overhead cam a lot. When you have overcast lighting with a low sun angle, it makes it very hard for me to play in the way I do. It just does. It's kind of unfortunate that the yardage book gets so dark like this, but that's just kind of the way it is. But yeah, bunker shapes look really neat. Um, I'm guessing you use like little sharp edged brushes probably to put those in there. All right, so we got a long par 4 to start us off here. And we'll red fast it into the bunker. Check it out. Or just into the heavy rough. All right, I think we just got to kind of play for that layup zone there. So we got an elevated green, sharp fall off to the right. Oh man, that sort of middle right pin looks pretty nasty. I assume you have a pin there. Not messing around with these green slopes either. Yeah, solid opening hole. All right, second shot's over. Our tee shot here's over this ravine. Looks like we're kind of playing across the access road or something like that. The bunkering around the green looks great. Not that long either. I think we'll just play an 8-iron to the middle of the green here. Or we'll slow it into the ravine. We could do that too. We just made the carry. I think we got away with one there. But yeah, little narrow tongues of green. I mean, it's a reasonably short par three. I think that all makes sense. Again, I think it would look even better with a little more light shown on it. I promise I'm not gonna beat a dead horse throughout the round. But I do hope we get a few holes where the sun peeks through the clouds. Yeah, you really gotta make just barely make the carry there to get it close. Okay, so we got a tee shot over this ridge here. Looks like the green is pretty well guarded on the right, so it kind of looks like there's kind of like a high left side of the fairway here. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate that. All right. So we got a little gap wedge over this little bunkered ridge here. All right. That wasn't a very good shot, but at least we have a simple chip shot. So you can see that. So if the pin's kind of on the right side of the green, that slope punishes you for coming at it from the right side of the fairway there, so you don't really have to play further left over the ridge. Um, so yeah, this hole's pretty strategically sound. It's not a backbreaker by any means, but some you can tell the thought that went into it. All right, 318. So kind of a drivable par 4. Probably not by me in this wind. I can't exactly see the fairway lines here on the yardage book. I assume there's not a fairway out to the right there, like beyond the bunker. I guess it's just you just kind of carry over the bunkers there if you can. Probably an option if you have the 294 driver. Uh, since I'm laying up, it looks like my options are. I think I've got fairway out here this way. It's a little dark, so it's hard to tell. Otherwise, I can just lay way short, or I can go right of the bunkers there. Right. So I mean, look, it's simple, but it works. I've kind of got like two or three layup options, or well, certainly I do have three, maybe three or more. So um, maybe I feel like maybe you could have. This hole looks a little flat. Um, you might be able to make that bunkering look a little more visually imposing with just a little bit of a few, well placed raises and lowers. But design wise, I think this hole looks like it works great. Yeah, maybe going short of that bunker maybe isn't really a viable option, I guess, because you do have to lay way back. Okay, we're left with a pitch. Did we screw ourselves? Is that a looks like a pretty severe two-tiered green there. So yeah, if you like go for it and you kind of pull it left, it looks like you got your work cut out for you. Ooh, we knocked it pretty tight here. Okay, so there isn't fairway to the right. That's just the next tee box. Well, maybe missing left isn't quite so bad. Yeah, I think this might work. I think with this par four, you might want to punish that left miss a little more. Um, like maybe elevating the green a bit so that that pitch from the left isn't quite so friendly. Like I had this nice backstop to use. I think you kind of bailed me out on that one a little bit. Let's check out the replay. I'm curious if I used it or not. No, no, we just went right at it. Yeah, I think the low lighting, the moody overcast lighting, it kind of had its moment for a few months there, and I think it's kind of run its course. But no, I mean, I think other than that, I mean, I think Jason's really, I could tell he was almost there with his dream team course. It didn't quite get picked up as an alternate. Uh, I felt with his rookie course, Old Onion, he was, really kind of there, and now he's just kind of like this. Kind of feels like the leap, or very close. Like he's not. If he signs up for World Cup of Design next year, he's not going to be in Pool C. I'll tell you that right now. He's definitely not going to be in Pool C. Okay. So it looks like we kind of just caught that little false front there. We got this cheeky little pin here. Alright, so we got a dogleg right, short par 5. I assume there's not any kind of shortcut there. I see he's like cut out that little bit of trees just to kind of taunt you with the green there in the distance. Alright, so we can't carry those bunkers, so we got to make sure we give them a little bit of respect. I'm guessing that puts the green out of reach. Yeah, 261, but not by much. I think those bunkers are pretty well placed. Right, if you take them on, then you got a shot at the green in 2. It looks like the green's kind of perched on a little ravine there. All right, we got a little helping wind, so let's go for broke. And put a garbage swing on it. Now we just made this little patch of heavy rough. Yeah, so that little back wing hole location, pretty well protected by slopes, but if you lay up, you do have a backstop to use. Alright, this is pretty uphill, so. Alright, so we're nicely alternating between pars and birdies. Okay, I'm squinting it as hard as I can at my monitor here to try and make out where the fairway is. I think we just gotta fit it in a little tight spot here. I can't. It looks like it maybe opens up a tiny bit beyond the bunker, but not much. Oh, maybe it does. Alright, so we managed to take on the risky play unintentionally. Okay, so I'm not sure if I felt like I really reaped much of a reward for taking on that bunker, if I'm being honest. Maybe I'm missing something. but we hit it tight. So let's watch that again. Get a nice view of the sky. Yeah, the lighting's been noted, Ryan. Figure no need to beat a dead horse. Okay, so we got this really narrow green, kind of on the opposite side of that barranca there. Tough place to hit a driver, but I think that's the play for me. All right, so we kind of got like a. You can't see the surface of the green here, but you can see the flag stick. I think this is probably stock. Oh yeah. Okay, so the green kind of falls from left to right there, front left to back right. So what's this hole's deal? It looks like you can. I mean, it's kind of just decide where to put your tee shot and then just kind of wedge it on. I don't know. I'm not so sure there's much of an advantage to be gained um, by going up here and leaving yourself with a semi-blind pitch. I mean, the way the green's angled, it makes sense, I suppose. I like how it. I mean, it kind of like it looks really good. It looks great, but it seems like if you just kind of lay up short right there, you don't really lose anything. All right, par 5 ninth. Yeah, so I'll just mention this again from time to time. Like the bunkering looks great. I think you just need to do just some very minor macro sculpting. Just kind of, you know, just channel Mad F just a little bit. You don't have to go full Mad F, but channel him just a little bit, and those fairway bunkers will pop a lot more. Um, just raise the back, just like maybe 1.5 feet. Nothing too crazy, because the shapes look awesome. Exactly, just a sprinkling of Mad F. I think the green side bunkers for the most part you're there. I wouldn't really change too much about those. Mainly just the fairway bunkering that you could improve by just a couple ticks. short little eagle putt here. Okay, so this green's pretty much just really sharp back to front. If you go long, you're just kind of screwed. I'd say this kind of just feels like it kind of plays like a long par 4, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's obviously meant to be reached in 2. And I'm sure into the wind, it's probably a different story. Looks like you got some kind of weird over, I don't know what you'd call it. What's going on with the clubhouse there? Oh, those are like camera towers that are serving as like, I don't know, slanted eye beams. Very avant-garde. Or camera cranes, whatever you want to call them. '29, baby. All right, to the back 9 we go. I see you got a little ode to 10 at Pasatiempo here with the 6 bunkers coming out of the barranca on the left. I see you. I hear you. I can't tell if the fairway's split here. It looks like it is. I mean, it's way off the tee, so I don't think I need to worry about hitting it. I guess it's a great hazard area of sorts. I'm curious how long this is on the card. 619. All right, let's see what we have to think about on our second shot. Because with the tee shot, I'm just gonna go bombs away here, I think. All right, so we hit the fairway, so making the carry doesn't look like a major concern. Yeah, the little barranca bunkers there on the left, they look good. Okay, so it's kind of a question of where do you want to try and take these on, which we can't really do. I think this is kind of an easy. This is sort of a no-brainer layup with a 4-iron probably. You know, if you're a bit of a longer hitter, you have something to think about for sure. It's not like just an automatic blast a driver, blast a 3-wood, and then wedge it on there. I decided to give myself a full shot in here. I got a bit of a tweener yardage. I think this pairs pretty well with the ninth hole. All right, we got this little front funnel pin. And then you kind of got like a back shelf with a little bump in it. I'm waiting with bated breath your ode to the 16th green and how much I'm going to hate it. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Yeah, so this bunkering looks terrific. I'd say do a little more this is what I was referring to. Do a little more of this with your fairway bunkering, I think. And this course would look absolutely sick. Yeah, and this okay. I think there's a front nine par three that's like this on Pasa, right? That's got like this sort of tooth-shaped green. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe it's five. Yeah, that front left pin looks like a blast. I'm sure I'll spend many happy days putting off the front of the green to that. All right. Well, there goes the 58. Okay, so it looks like we kind of got like a three-way split fairway here. All right, yeah, I think this is the ode. I think this is the 16 tribute, just judging from the way the green's bunkered. All right, I think we can make that carry. It's no, I guess we got to deal with that tree, but I think we can make it. Not with a slow though. Oh, we did make it. Oh yeah, there's the mega frontier. Yeah, I think I remember. Was it like the no laying up video, or maybe they just mentioned it on like their podcast when they talked about playing Pasatiempo that when you're on the wrong tier, they would like intentionally putt into the rough so they can chip it back sideways. Which I mean, I think that just tells you how dumb modern green speeds are and how they're incompatible with the greens that Mackenzie designed. And I'd kind of say this kind of falls into that. I think that red slope is just too it's too severe. I think the hole would look better if you raised that front portion a little bit because that would actually make that second shot a little more dramatic from a visual standpoint. I think as it stands, I've mentioned this a bit before, but I don't think you needed this course to be quite this flat. I'm not saying flat courses are bad categorically, but I feel like a course like this, you got like you got these like barrancas and canyons and stuff. Presumably the area around them wouldn't be totally flat. Um, so give the fairways a little more, just a little more life, a little more contour. Elevate a few more of your green complexes. Like I think if you did a little more of that, this would probably be the best course in the competition, or close to it. I mean, we'll see where it ends up yet. Don't get me wrong, I think it's fantastic so far. Um, I think there's just sort of a few small things I've been pointing out that might hold it back from being like transcendently good. Okay, so we got kind of a maybe a 2.5 tiered green here. Kind of got that back right funnel. Green slopes kind of front to back, which you got to be careful when you do that with a long par four like this. Um, Definitely makes you think more about angles for sure. I just wonder, like, if that pin's front left, can you actually get it close to it? If it's into the wind, maybe, but like, what if it's downwind? All right, I don't. This putt's pretty tough. All right, so what do we got here? Just kind of bash it over those bunkers, hit there. This par 5 almost feels a little cypressy. Unfortunately, we made a terrible swing and we hit those bunkers we were trying to avoid. Yeah, so I like how this green's a little elevated. I think, that goes a long way. Just from a visual standpoint. Not obviously you don't want to do that every time because then it gets repetitive, but I think when done selectively and like at the right time. Oh, look at that! I got a shadow, and of course it's on a hole we're playing down lighting. Okay, so just kind of a gently right to left sloping green. So if you kind of bail right and avoid the carry bunkers there, you've got a slightly trickier wedge into the green. Great, I got a double breaker from 7 feet. Interesting. Bunkerless green here. Well, that's probably going to find the bunker. Alright, we just rolled off the edge. Obviously probably meant for that to go a little farther down. We've mentioned this before on other playthroughs. It's just kind of dealing with false edges is kind of a compromise, right? You have to, if you want to get them to play the way you want to with fairway texture there, you either got to expand the green contour out a little bit further or make the drop off more severe, which tends to look a little unnatural, but if you make it look realistic, it doesn't play. The ball barely moves off the green. So you just, I don't know, at least the way I see it, you kind of just have to decide what you care about more. And I'm not one to judge you for whichever you choose. All right, this bunkering looks really nice. You got that sea of bunkers that you got to hit over, and you can see how they're layered over that. Pinching down the driving zone like this doesn't necessarily feel very Mackenzian, if I'm being honest. I'm not saying you have to do everything that way. Your fairway edges here look a little wavy. Some, maybe needs a little bit of spline manipulation, but I mean, I don't really care about that much. Okay, this green looks a little boxier than some of the others we've played. Alright, I don't think I can actually get home here. So I think we probably got to play for sort of the left front edge of the green, maybe. And just slow it. Yeah, my game's chugging a little bit, so I'm not surprised my tempo's terrible. Yeah, so clearly this is one where the angle definitely matters. You totally want to be coming in from the left. So like, why not just lull me into hitting a driver down the right side? Like maybe I don't know. Putting two bunkers on the right there seems kind of counterproductive. Like it forces me into the more aggressive play. Because I mean, it's 474 uphill. I'm not hitting 3 wood. All right, big time two-tiered green here. I think the bunkering's really, really like this little string of bunkers here from like green side out into the fairway. I think it works really well. Well, Gold Boy has cooled off considerably. Ooh, par 3 over the water. So I kind of take it this is sort of your 18 Pasa tribute. Well, 16 was a par 4, so no. All right, so yeah, you got this nice little front right and then that front left. So it feels like kind of a less extreme version of that green that earlier on the front nine. Um, it does kind of feel like maybe ever so slightly you're doing sort of two variations on a theme for two of your back nine par threes. I think individually, I think both of them are really great. Um, and visually they look very differently, but just conceptually there's a little bit of similarity just from those little two sort of front sections. I mean, I realize this green is far more shallow than the other one, so um, I'm not like saying that oh you totally shouldn't have built these two, but it's just kind of something I picked up on. All right, so we got a long par 4. Can't see a ton off the tee here. It looks like we kind of got to hug the tree line there on the right. Maybe hit a little cut into the wind. Yeah, we ran out of fairway. Yeah, that tee shot felt pretty awkward. I can see it. You're definitely calling for a fade, it seems. Um, I guess if I had a longer driver, I could kind of skirt it around this bunker a little better. All right, so there's the clubhouse kind of through the trees there. Obviously, the screen's nice and elevated and, you know, imposing. Yeah, stout finisher. All right. Well, that was a pretty great course. I mean, everyone's gonna talk about the lighting, so I'll skip that. I thought the bunkering was great. I think that kind of attention to detail and paying close attention to the architecture. I mean, I think that's the kind of thing that can win a contest. Really, um, I think there's just a few places where a little bit of sculpting magic would made things pop a little more. I felt some of the tee shots were a little flat, um, especially given the way this land is with like the ravines and everything. It would seem to make sense to have fairways that had more movement. So I feel like, it wouldn't have been that out of character to have a little more elevation change. Um, but yeah, I mean that's all just like kind of upper level stuff. Um, Otherwise, I think this course was really terrific. So yeah, Group B is going to be a tough one. Um, it's hard to believe, yeah, how unbalanced some of the groups ended up. That after the fact, after people had to withdraw and stuff. So, but yeah, terrific job. Um, yep, he's not going to be an alternate in the next Dream Team contest. I'll tell you that. Um, so thanks for watching, guys. We're all done for the evening. So we'll probably be back either tomorrow or Thursday night with some more playthroughs. See you later.